welcome back or welcome to the channel. If you're new, it's Sahara. So today we are going to be talking about neutral tone palettes that can lean a little bit more cool tone, a little bit more warm tone, but they also have a great array of shades from the lightest to the deepest tones that can work for all skin tones. Because I seen this one palette that I was looking at on Temu, I was like, yeah, that's not it. So that's what inspired me to do a video like this. And we're also going to be creating a look in this video using the Beauty Creations Nude X palette. Let's get started. Obviously, like I said before, my hairline goes down really low, so it's really slick. My hairline got my hair looking like curtain bangs. Curtain edges. All right, so what I'm gonna do first is I'm actually using the Woko Pro Concealer brush. This is that one I got from Temu. I got this to blend out concealer, but mostly to prime the eyes and blend out eyeshadow primer. I used it the other day because I posted some shorts recently. One of them is gonna be reviewing the, oh my gosh, Feastables by Mr. Beast, including his cookies. Right now I'm eating on the peanut butter bar. I didn't review the peanut butter bar in that short that I'm going to be posting, but I did review the chocolate one. And tell me why the peanut butter one tastes better than the chocolate. Like, what is this sorcery that he has in these things that's making one taste better than the other? Because I am not like a peanut butter girl unless it's straight up peanut butter, Jiffy, Peter Pan, like that type of peanut butter. But I don't like peanut butter snacks, like things that actually have it in there. And this tastes better than the chocolate one. The Juvia's Place Eye Prime in a shade 1 and the Colored Rain base. I'm mixing both of them because the Colored Rain base is really dry. And this is in the shade Rope, by the way. So yeah, I mixed the shades on the back of my hand. And when in doubt, pinky's out.
When in doubt, pinky out.
But mixing it with an eyeshadow base that's actually like more liquidy, like the Juvia's Place one, it balances both bases out, help the base last longer, something like that. All about that base.
I'm all about that base, no trouble.
But yeah, you guys see how like good this brush applies. Like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's good enough. I wasted this on the back of my hand. The Beauty Creations Nude X palette. This Beauty Creations collection Nude X looks so beautiful. I've been wanting to try their lip liners and lipsticks because I'm still on the hunt for the perfect KKW Nude 2 lip liner dupe. Since Kim is not coming back with that same type of collection. And I think that they probably have a shade, but if you see their shades online, so overwhelming to know which shades to buy. $18. And unfortunately, one of the shades came flying out. What I did was I took a shimmer that I had that was close to it and I just pressed it back in it with alcohol. It's a white shimmer. The one that I have has a pinkish purplish undertone to it, or not undertone but shift to it. I'm actually going to be using my Zoeva brushes. I've had these for a while. They are travel brushes, but I never reach for them, so I put all of my like miniature travel type of brushes in this bag. Anyway, I'm going to use this Luxe Crease Brush 228. See how this works. And I'm going to take the shade called Scandal, and I'm applying this in the crease. Oh, look at how pigmented that is. I picked up this palette because every time I do a look off camera, I'm always reaching for my Willy Wonka and She Glam palette for the neutral tones. I do feel like these shades, even the matte ones, they're a little bit more creamy, so it's probably best to set the base, which is what I should have did. And then I'm gonna blend it out with this shade right here called Bombshell. See how beautiful these shades just like blend together? That's why I think like this palette is so worth it. And then I'm gonna go back in with some of that shade Scandal. Mad About You, because I don't want it to be too, or Mad at You, not mad about you. It's like I'm mad at you, not mad about you. But I'm gonna go in with that one and kind of place that on the outer part. Then I'm gonna go in with the shade Spotlight. It's almost matte, but it's kind of like a sheen. But it is like a gold. And I just like love the way it sparkles on the eyes. See, look at the way that sparkles on the eyes. I hope you guys can see that. I'm like zoomed out pretty far. I don't feel like zooming in. And then let's take the shade Selfish, which is this gold, closer to the outer part because I think it's a little deeper. Okay, and then I'm gonna take the shade Stubborn, which is the best one in this palette, inner part. It reminds me of the shimmer in that Willy Wonka palette that I really love using. I just dropped the eyeshadow palette, and that shade that I pressed in there just what the dang, and I just cleaned this palette out and pressed that in, and then I broke it. Oh my gosh. Dang, I'm glad nothing else dropped out though. This eyeshadow palette is cursed. I think it's cursed. I really do. Unbelievable. All right, I'm gonna go off camera, apply some lashes. I think I'm gonna use these lashes. I don't even know who these are. I think they're Kiss. And then these lashes that I got from the beauty supply store, double stack. I'm also going to apply Marc Jacobs mascara. I went ahead and applied the rest of my makeup, but I did not apply the cream blush yet because we're going to be trying out that Julia Pop blush that I did in my Temu video where I told you guys that I wanted to try it over makeup. So I went ahead and applied the Oma by Sharon C primer, the Oma by Sharon C foundation in the shade Honey Honey T4, e.l.f. concealer in the shade medium sand hydrating camo, the Oma by Sharon C cream bronzer in the shade On Point. Also switched out the lashes for some Ioni ones, some different ones, because what I was going to put together for the other lashes in the shade number 1, and this is an orange. So 1, 2, 3 dots, and I am going to use my favorite brush, which is the Colored Rain brush. This one just does it all, like so we're gonna see how this applies, because like I said, it was looking patchy in that other video. Yeah, so far as I'm blending it out, I still don't like how it blends out. It's leaving more of a tint as well, which I don't mind the tint. It's just like how it's blending out. Now it does look better as you build it up. Tinted products typically are a little bit more looser and liquidy and stuff. This one is a little bit too thick and it's not applying the way it should, but it looks better as you build it up. But yeah, I still would not repurchase. Okay, so for the rest of my makeup, I just went in with the Fenty Beauty powder in the shade Banana, the Fenty Beauty Caramel Cutie powder bronzer, Ioni highlighter. This is in the shade Golden Glow, which by the way, if you did not see, I posted an Ioni blush video, a short for the Ioni blush. And then for the lips, I went in with the two e.l.f. lip liners. These are the Cream Glide lip liners, which by the way, these lip liners are just a little bit too creamy for me. I like my lip liners to not be stiff, but to have like some sort of balance where it's just not like gliding all over the lips. Then for lipstick, I went in with the Juvia's Place Nubian Sand, and then to top it off with the gloss, the e.l.f. Mint Melt lip plumping gloss in the shade Chocolate Chip, because I love like the way it looks. I'm gonna go ahead and finish on the eye since we are using this palette right here, Mad at You. And with a definer brush, I'm just gonna define that right under here. Let's go in with the shade Sultry, which is right next to it. I don't think I'm gonna go in with anything in the eyeliner, in the waterline. I haven't done that in a minute where I've gone with nothing. I can't even think straight. This eyeshadow palette is cursed. This is the Makeup Forever Excessive Lash Mascara, and I'm just going to apply this on the lower lashes since this wand is perfect for like the bottom lash mascara. Okay, so that is it for this look. Of course, like I said, the palettes that I'm just going to mention right quick, the Milani Bare Necessities Everyday Eyes palette. So this palette right here has 4 shimmers and 2 mattes, but I really use it for this one shimmer in here. If you cannot find this on a Milani site anymore, it is available on Milani site on Amazon, so I will have these palettes linked down below if it's hard for you to find them. The She Glam X Willy Wonka, I love this palette. This is that one that I reach for whenever I'm not doing makeup on camera, and even sometimes on camera. In the shade Golden Ticket that I love, reminds me so much of the shade from the Nude X palette, Stubborn. So if you can't get one palette, definitely go for the next one. But this palette also has this eyeshadow base in there called Molt, that really light one. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1 palette. You have your base, so if you need something on the go, you have that for you. And then of course this palette, love this. You guys just see me use this, so I don't have to talk about it too much except for this shade. The next palette I have is the Juvia's Place Nubian palette, which by the way, this Milani palette, I almost forgot to mention, they they do have another type of neutral tone palette that's all matte. So I think like this palette and that one would go really great hand in hand, especially if you were traveling. Now the Nubian palette by Juvia's Place, definitely have to mention this. This is a classic. This is one of the first palettes I ever bought. This one, the Nubian 2, and I think the BH Cosmetics Take Me to Brazil palettes, those were my first ever eyeshadow palettes that I bought when I first started doing makeup years ago. And this shade right here is the one that I said came out of the palette. But of course, if you have shades that can match it or whatever, you can always repress eyeshadows in with alcohol, or you can scrape something in, which is what I did with the Beauty Creations palette, but it broke again. So I don't know about these eyeshadows. They've just been coming out of these palettes, but you guys see that these have beautiful shades in there, from the lightest to the deep tones, and that's what you definitely need in palettes like this. Cara Beauty Enchanted Forest. Now Cara Beauty is available online on their site, of course. The reason I'm grabbing for this one is because you can also see that the color shades are not too bright, so they're more wearable, especially if you were doing like a night look. So definitely love these for like colorful looks. If you're kind of tapping or dipping your toe into colorful looks, go for something like this that has like those deeper colorful shades. The last palette I am mentioning is the Sienna's palette by Profusion. This is the perfect spring and summer palette, and even these shades would be great for the fall because you can see how deeper tone that they run. I do want to mention some honorable mentions. If you don't have these, if you don't want these, you can't find these, some other ones that are still available. I've never tried them before, but they're great recommendations because of others' reviews. So anyway, 3 high-end and 3 drugstore. So the first high-end one is the Makeup by Mario. Then we have Danessa Myricks, and then Patrick Star. So those 3 palettes, I always see people frequently mentioning those as like palettes that just their go-to. And 3 drugstore is the Be Perfect from Beauty Bay, which I have been wanting to try Beauty Bay eyeshadows, but Beauty Bay is in the UK if you didn't know that. And I don't know about getting makeup, especially eyeshadows from the UK. So far so good, you know, what I've seen from others order, so I may try it, but I'm a little nervous. And then we have the ColourPop eyeshadow palette, and then last but not least we have the NYX palette. So those are the honorable mentions. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.